What's up, everybody? This is Maxi Nifter, and today I'm going to be covering my Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing, my first impressions of it, and my opinions on it. So let's get right to it. So obviously, you have the sticker down here. Hopefully the lighting's okay. I'm looking to get some studio lights for some skits. Oh crap, and I've already messed the box up. My resale value has immediately gone down by $300, but that's okay. But I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you all got to get a Switch 2. Yeah, this is kind of special for me because this is the first console that I got myself, all by my own money. Normally, also it's the first time a console's come out since I've had a job, so it's not like I haven't been working. I haven't been homeless bum. Yeah, let's get to it. So pull this out, and I think now we have to do is just, oh, it opens this way maybe? Let's see. Okay, here we go. So number one, let's blur that. So there we are. That doesn't fall out, that would suck. So I don't remember my Switch 1, how it came, but I believe it came like this. Because like I said, I got it back when I was, how old was I? I was still in middle school, so it's been a while. But yeah, take this off, and I believe my Mario Kart code is in there. Yeah, so here's the free Mario Kart for you all. Just kidding, you have to scratch it off. Losers. So yeah, manual, HDMI cord, ultra high speed. Thank you, HDMI, for providing me with that. And then we have our right Joy-Con thing and our left Joy-Con thing. I think that's to use the mouse mode. And we're gonna try and tech demo it. I don't know how well it's gonna work out because I can only record at 30 FPS. So if it looks bad, charging block is 2 pieces this time. So that's kind of interesting compared to the original Switch, which was just 1 piece altogether. Can we get much higher? Here I believe is the controller attachment. That's pretty slick. That's pretty slick, I'll be honest with you. I did end up getting a Pro Controller too, and we're going to check that out here in a minute. And kind of compare the two. My main issue with the original Switch 1 was the Pro Controllers were too small. That's why I had to get a Pro Controller for it. But anyway, here's the dock. I really do like the new dock design. Hold it up. All round. Let's drop this. It's round. It's slick. And it looks like all your cords can fit under here now, which is nice. So here it is. Here it is open. This actually doesn't swivel. It just comes off all the way. So yeah, you got HDMI. Can't see because of the light. HDMI, AC adapter, and LAN. So it's got an Ethernet cable plug-in now, which is pretty sick. But yeah, your cords go down here. So that's cool. There's that. And yeah, I'm gonna check out the Joy-Cons now. I'm gonna kind of hold them and feel how they feel. So, and we're gonna compare. I still have my Switch 1 set up. Still the same problem. I feel like your hand's holding it flat. With the normal controller, you're kind of holding it like that, but with this, you're holding it flat with your hand, and it's awkward for the back of your hand. But let's try. Oh, I forgot. All right, we can show off the magnet capabilities. So, see, there's the magnet on the side. I don't know if the camera's focusing or not. Wow. That fits like a glove. Nintendo, hire me. I will say the design is pretty sleek, with all black and then blue and red just on the controllers. Pretty big, but like I said, it's not the conventional shape for a controller. So I still think I'm going to use my Pro Controller, which we're going to check out here in just a second. Here's another weird thing. Release, instead of having a button, is going to be back here. These little buttons. So you hold it down. I guess it retracts the magnet or something. It is a bit forceful to remove it, I feel like, personally. Maybe I'm just weak. I haven't been going to the gym, so maybe I'm not that weak. But it does feel a little harder to remove it than it did with the Switch 1. But then again, it wasn't magnets, it was just a button, so I guess that's why. So here I believe is what you use for the mouse controls for our right Joy-Con. Left's the same, so I'm not really going to show it off. But has a little wrist strap, as per usual for Nintendo. This adjusts it. This is wired right here, not wired, but I guess this is bound right here, which is kind of interesting, as opposed to the whole thing being adjustable. So hopefully your wrist is bigger than this, or you're screwed, you can't use it. But I do want to see how it goes on. So obviously this is the back because it has that, and it has that. So let's see if it just, boom, okay. So yeah, so now it's connected, and I don't know, I think the mouse, like, reader is this little one right here, is my understanding. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna feel. Because my whole worry with, with the normal computer mouse, I have mine over there, but I'm recording, so I don't want to mess it up. Normal computer mouse, your hand's kind of flat, and I was worried with this, your hand was gonna be kind of, instead of flat, it was gonna be like that, kind of, or like you're holding it like a controller, so it's more, you're holding it that way as opposed to that way, but it doesn't feel that bad. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Now it's time to take the screen out. So, yeah, let's see how this thing looks. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty darn good. I have it upside down. Don't put that in. I do want to see how this little stand works. So snap. Oh, it doesn't snap. Oh, it's adjustable, so you can have it all the way flat like that. You can rotate it up like that. That's pretty cool. I really like that. So left is a Switch 2, right is a Switch 1. That's a pretty big screen, if I do say so myself. I think that's, I never play my Switch in handheld because I like playing it. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of not playing like even a DS. I want to be like in a gaming mode. I don't want to be like stop school or stop work and then start playing on my DS. So that's just me. But for handheld mode, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Especially the 60 FPS now is crazy for handheld. So yeah, that's a pretty big improvement. We're gonna compare Joy-Con sizes next, but sounds a little sus. But just for clarification, same thing. Back button, back here, press it in, and oh, there's a little button on top. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So comparing Joy-Con sizes, as you can see, let's just use my finger as an example. Boom to boom. So it's definitely a size increase. Like I said, I still think I'm going to use the Pro Controller over the Joy-Cons because one, we have to worry about Joy-Con drift and charging and everything, but the controller is more suitable for like an actual controller. But yeah, still a big improvement compared to like if you want to play with your friends and stuff like that. So I think they did a good job with the Joy-Cons. While I'm opening up this Pro Controller box, I will talk about a funny story that happened with me trying to get my Switch 2. So, but long story short, Walmart canceled my freaking pre-order last Thursday, the week before it came out. And so I ended up stopping by GameStop, and they ended up telling me that they had 30 that were going to be sold same day on Wednesday afternoon. So I got off work early. My bosses are absolute goats. They let me off work early. So I go stand in line. I stood in line for 3 hours. And yeah, I got one. So shout out GameStop. You guys are awesome. Let's see it dock into action. Okay, it's the other way. Yeah, I mean, it takes up a little bit more room, obviously, because it's a bigger console, but I think it's flatter than the original Switch 1 dock. I can't take it out now because it's already plugged in. I got my to unplug and everything. Now onto the Pro Controller. I haven't actually had a Switch 2 Pro Controller before, or a Switch 1 Pro Controller. I had like a $20 off-brand controller, but check this thing out. So, big feature, headphone jack. That's crazy for a Nintendo console. I'm glad it only took them like 20 years to do that. Standard controller layout. The buttons are bigger, so that helps. One thing I didn't know is this is actually chargeable. I knew it was wireless, but I thought it was gonna be batteries, but it's actually just chargeable. So you just plug it in, and then when you're done with it, you unplug it, and then you can play on it wireless. So that's pretty big. I just wonder how big the battery is. Like, I'd rather have actual batteries than have it recharged if it doesn't last super long. But worst case scenario, I'll just have it plugged up to the console while I play. So that's not terrible, but still pretty cool. So now let's actually get this thing set up and see what it says on the console. Literally nothing has changed. Yeah, the most unfortunate part to me about the Switch 2 is just the absolute nothing. Like, there's nothing new here. Like, I guess you could say the game chat button's new. Same with the, I don't even know, the game share button. I don't know if that's a Switch 2 only or if that's a Switch 1. But it's just really frustrating because in my mind, the whole reason Nintendo went from the, charming Wii to Wii U era was because the Wii U sold so bad. They needed to play it safe, so they went with this sleek, no extra stuff, just bread and butter, here it is. And obviously it sold so well, they had a chance to, experiment, make something cool, and it's just more of the same. And that's a little frustrating in my opinion. Like, yes, the layout is obviously, I like it, it's simple, but if you have a proven formula, Nintendo's been known. I mean, look, they made the DS, they made the Switch. They made the Switch, the first Switch, and that was just absolutely, crazy, not crazy, but it was a Nintendo thing to do. And this feels more corporate than anything, and it honestly just kind of makes me upset. But maybe that's just the old head me talking because I grew up on the Wii and the Wii U and the DS. But yeah, I obviously don't work for Nintendo, so I don't know where they're going in the future. Hopefully there's some cool stuff ahead that lies beyond my view of things. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the light and dark themes and no menu music for 8 years, because it looks like we're going to have them for at least another 8 more. But yeah, guys, what do you think about the Switch 2? Just let me know in the comments below. Sorry if I sound like different in this. One, I'm like actually facing my mic and stuff, so it's better. And two, this is being recorded several days after my initial recording because I'm bad at time management, I guess. I don't know. What are your thoughts about the Switch 2? Personally, I mean, obviously it's a powerhouse compared to the Switch 1. I played Fortnite on it with some buddies today, and it runs good. I mean, it looks just like my console pretty much. I mean, obviously it's not as good, but it looks decent, and that's a far cry from how it looked on the Switch 1. So we're doing pretty good in the AAA games department. But personally, I don't come for the Switch for the AAA games. I come for Switch for Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Animal Crossing, and not YouTube either, but you get what I'm saying. Just let me know what you're thinking about in the comments below. I'm streaming now. Mostly, right now I'm doing Mario Kart, but I plan on maybe doing some games solely on streaming and not editing them into videos. Maybe like posting the VODs, but yeah, that's developing, so just check the streams out if you get a chance. I try and announce my community tab. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of August, or by the beginning of August, which would allow me to get monetized by ads. So that way the ads that you have to watch before every video would actually be going to me and not to YouTube. So if you think that's a good idea, I think it is, consider subscribing. Have a great day. Jesus loves you. And get out of here. Scram. I want to play my Switch 2. Good job, me. You're the best person ever in the entire world.